sadhu, sadhu. Children, say with me. My homage to Supreme Buddha. Buddha is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Dhamma. Dhamma is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Sangha. Sangha is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Triple Gem. Triple Gem is my refuge every day. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. First of all, may all of our homage be to our Kalyana Mitta, our great teacher, the teacher who showed us the Supreme Buddha's Dhamma, our Pinwath Loku Swaminwahansa. May all of our homage be to our Pinwath Loku Swaminwahansa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Dear meritorious children, welcome to yet another episode in Mirror of Dhamma for Kids program. So, in today's program, we are going to learn a wonderful story. We are going to learn a Jathaka story. In this Jathaka story, it teaches us the courage of our Mahabodhisattva. Right? Now, courage is a wonderful quality. Right? Courage is so important for all of our lives as students, as children, and as humans. We all have to have the courage within us. So what do you mean by courage? Now, courage means the effort that you can put in doing your works, maybe your development, maybe your studies, the effort that you can put during the hard times, right? So there are some days and sometimes in our life, children, life becomes so miserable, life becomes so hard. Are there such times? Have you ever been in such times? I think all of you have been, right? Sometimes you have to cry, sometimes you stay sad for many days, right? Sometimes you may not get what you want, sometimes you get bad results from your grades, you become sad. So these are the days and these are the times that we all lose our courage, especially when we fail in our life, when we get rejected, when we get blamed. So remember, that is the time that we must have the courage, right? That is the most important, and that is the most important time that we need to have the courage within our life. But most of the time, we lose our courage and we become sad, right? We become lazy and we give up studying sometimes, right? So if someone is courageous, he can do his studies, maybe his spiritual development, or he can maintain his happiness even during the tough times, even during the sad times. So that is called the courage, right? So this Jathaka story teaches us a wonderful lesson. So today we are going to learn about that Jathaka story. So before learning that, let's pay homage to our great teacher Supreme Buddha. Let's go for refuge to the triple gems, and after observing 5 precepts, let's learn this amazing Jathaka story. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, let's all together pay homage to the Supreme Buddha, and let's go for refuge to the triple gems now. Say with me. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Dutiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now children, you are going to observe 5 precepts. So say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. With the refuge of the Noble Triple Gem, I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, to rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sadhu. Children, say with me. My homage to Supreme Buddha. Buddha is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Dhamma. Dhamma is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Sangha. Sangha is my refuge every day. My homage to the Supreme Triple Gem. Triple Gem is my refuge every day. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. First of all, may all of our homage be to our Kalyana Mitra, our noble friend, who showed us this wonderful path of Supreme Nibbana, who taught us the Gautam Buddha's supreme teachings, our Pinwath 𝐿oka May all of our homage be to our Pinwath 𝐿oka Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai, dear meritorious children. Today we are going to learn a wonderful Jathaka story. This Jathaka story tells us how we should be courageous in the times of troubles. Okay, so without much description, first of all, let's learn this Jathaka story. Okay, so once upon a time, long ago in the past, our Mahabodhisattva, whom we called the Buddha to be, our Mahabodhisattva was born as a horse. Right? Now, there are different types of horses. Right? There are black-colored horses, brown-colored horses, and there are different levels of horses, children. Good horses, well-tamed horses. Do you know what is the best type of horses? They are called the thoroughbred horses, right? Thoroughbred horses, they have a good breed, and they are high in their caste, and they are well-tamed and well-disciplined, right? By nature, they are disciplined. So, the horse discipliners, or the people who discipline, and the person who is taming the horse, finds very easy to tame and to control such horses. So these types of horses are taken as the royal horses, taken as the king's horse, right? Because king should have a good horse, well-tamed and well-disciplined horse, so they take these thoroughbred horses. So our Mahabodhisattva was born as a thoroughbred horse. His name was Bhoja, right? In Pali language, we call the thoroughbred horse as Ajaniya horses, right? So our Mahabodhisattva's name was Bhojajaniya, right? So that was his name. So he was treated very comfortably. He was given food and fruits, and he lived in a good place, tidy place. He was fed every day. So he was so strong. And especially, children, our Mahabodhisattva, this thoroughbred horse, could run so very fastly, right? It can run in light speed. So that is the specialty of this thoroughbred horse. right? So he was the horse, he was the royal horse of King Brahmadatta. Now you may find the name of this king. In the most of Jathaka stories, we find the king, and his name is the Brahmadatta, King Brahmadatta. So he was the royal horse of King Brahmadatta. At that time, this kingdom was a small kingdom. But though it was a small kingdom, this kingdom was so prosperous, right? The people who lived in that kingdom had everything that they needed, right? They had food, they had water, they had every facility. So this kingdom was so prosperous. So the kings in other kingdoms were so jealous at that kingdom because they did not have such facilities. Now, jealousy is a normal human feeling, right? Jealousness is a normal human feeling, right? We all feel jealous. So, though it is normal human feeling, it is not a good human feeling. It is evil. It is bad. Okay? So that is why Supreme Buddha said you should avoid the jealous from your mind. So the kings who lived in other kingdoms were so jealous at the King Brahmadatta's kingdom. So they planned to invade this kingdom. Right? They planned to conquer the kingdom and seize the control of this kingdom so that they can live more comfortably. So one day, this kingdom was surrounded by 7 kings. Right? This King Brahmadatta's kingdom was surrounded by armies of 7 kings. Right? So there were 7 armies and there were 7 kings, right? So they were surrounded by this kingdom, right? Then those kings sent messages to King Brahmadatta saying, give us the kingdom or you are going to die because we have surrounded you. Now you cannot go anywhere. You don't have any supplies into your kingdom. If you are going to give you, we will spare your life. But if you are not, get ready for the war. So this King Brahmadatta was so frightened because he did not have a big army. The kingdom was so small, and he had a small army. So he could not fight with these 7 kings, right? So he was so frightened and he thought to give up and he thought to let other kings to conquer his kingdom. But all of a sudden, a young man came in front of the King Brahmadatta. He was a warrior. He was a general in his army. He said, "Oh dear Majesty, I can conquer and I can invade and I can destroy these 7 armies if you let me to handle and if you let me to control the thoroughbred horse, the Bhoja, our Mahabodhisattva. If you give me this thoroughbred horse to fight, I will invade all 7 armies." He was so confident. He was fearless because, children, this warrior, this general knew this thoroughbred horse can run fast, he's very talented, he's very tactical in warfare, so we could win. Then the King Brahmadatta became so happy and said, "Dear son, you may take anything you want in this kingdom and try to control these 7 armies." Then he bowed down, this warrior bowed down to the King Brahmadatta, and he got on, and he wore the war armors, and he gave some war armors to the horse also, and he got on to the horse, and in a split second he started to run towards the first army, right? Our Bhoja, the horse, the thoroughbred horse, was running so fast, right? When the horse was so near to the enemy line, this horse made a mighty jump over the enemy line, right? He made a big jump over the enemy lines, and he landed right in front of the first enemy king, right? With a split second, he seized the enemy king, and he put on that enemy king on the horse, on the back of the horse, and with another big jump, he jumped out of the enemy line, and he ran away, and he reached the kingdom, right? And then he handed away the first enemy king. He handed over the first enemy king to King Brahmadatta, right? And he went again for the second enemy line, and he did the same, third one, fourth one, fifth one, and he came to the sixth army. Now he has captured 5 kings. He had captured 5 kings so far. So in that sixth army, when he was jumping, he made a jump. He made a big jump towards the enemy king, and he caught him, and he put on the enemy king on his back. And while he was jumping, unfortunately, children, he was shot by an arrow right into the chest, right into his heart. An enemy warrior shot an arrow towards his heart. So he was wounded, right? The horse felt excruciating pain inside him. He was bleeding, but yet he did not give up running. He did not decrease his speed, right? Through another big jump, he jumped out of the enemy line, and he handed over the 6th king to our King Brahmadatta. Now altogether there are 6 kings has been captured. Now yet there is one army that they should capture. There is one king, but the horse is injured. This mighty horse is injured. He has fallen on the floor and he was bleeding. So the warrior was so sad by seeing that horse. Then King Brahmadatta ordered to bring another horse to invade this final army, right? But that horse wasn't a thoroughbred horse. That horse was not talented as our Bhoja, our Bodhisattva. So what happened, children? Our Mahabodhisattva saw that the king is trying to bring another horse, and that horse is not suitable for warfare. If the warrior get on to that horse and try to invade that army, he will surely be killed. He knew it. So our horse, our Mahabodhisattva stood up. Even though he was feeling pain, he stood up. And he said to the king, "Your Majesty, please wear my war armors. Still I can run. Surely I will invade this army and I will capture the king, and I will surely hand you over the enemy king." Then King Brahmadatta was so happy. At the same time, he was so sad, right? He was crying and with the tearful eyes, children, he wore his war armors by his own hands, right? He wore his own armors to the horse, and he asked the warrior that get on to this horse and invade the final army. Then, with the same light speed, children, our Ajaniya, our Mahabodhisattva, ran towards the army of enemies, and he made the same jump over the enemy line, and he captured the enemy king, and he made another mighty jump out of the line, and finally, at last, he brought the seventh enemy king to the king, King Brahmadatta. Right? So this little kingdom was saved because of our Mahabodhisattva's courage. Even though he was wounded, he was severely wounded by an arrow. But he did not give up, children. He stood up and he ran and he captured. So that is the courage, that is the effort, that is the virya of our Mahabodhisattva. Even though he was in another life, even though he was a horse, he was so courageous. So see how courageous our Mahabodhisattva is. Children, as Buddhists, as noble disciples and noble sons and daughters of our great teacher Supreme Buddha, you also have to have the courage in your life. When you are feeling troubles, when you are in troubles, when you are maybe bullied in your schools, when people criticize you, right? When the people say that you cannot do these things, you should not lose your courage. You should be like Bhojajani, a horse, right? Even though you are feeling so terrible, you have to work hard. You have to study. You have to learn, right? So that is how we should be courageous in our life, children, right? So finally, he brought the enemy king, the final enemy king, to the king, to the Brahmadatta king, and finally, he ordered and he advised King Brahmadatta, our Bodhisattva advised King Brahmadatta not to kill these kings. He said, "Oh dear Majesty, don't kill these kings. Instead, try to be friendly with them." Right? Try to be friendly with them, try to maintain the peacefulness within the countries. If not, you will be a bad king, right? You should not do what others do, right? If they invade you, you should not do that. So you should not be a bad king, you should be a good one. So spare their lives and maintain the peacefulness. And finally, children, because of that heavy bleeding and because of that wound, our thoroughbred horse, the Bhojajani horse, our Mahabodhisattva, passed away. So that is the wonderful Jathaka story that I have to share with you today. So we learned how to be courageous in our life. We need to follow the path of our great teacher Supreme Buddha. If you are following the path of Supreme Buddha, you need to be courageous in your lives, children. So I wish you all, may all of you have the opportunity, the energy to be courageous and to be good, to be a good son and a daughter in the Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai. Now children, we have come to the session of meditation. Today, we are going to do loving kindness meditation. We are going to spread the love and kindness to all the beings who live in this whole world. So before doing the meditation, let's get ready for that. So sit in a relaxed position. make your body straight and keep your right palm on the left palm and relax your body, relax your mind, relax your shoulders and gently close the eyes. And when you hear my voice, pay attention to that and think according to my words.
Children, today we are going to do Karuna meditation. We are going to spread our compassion to all beings in this whole universe. When you hear my voice, listen to it very carefully. May I be free from physical suffering. May I be free from mental suffering. May I have physical well-being. May I have mental well-being. May I be free from suffering. May I be healthy. May I live happily. May all beings around me be free from physical suffering. May they be free from mental suffering. May they have physical well-being. May they have mental well-being. May they be free from suffering. May they be healthy. May they live happily. May all beings in my village be free from physical suffering. May they be free from mental suffering. May they have physical well-being. May they have mental well-being. May they be free from suffering. May they be healthy. May they live happily. May all beings in this city be free from physical suffering. May they be free from mental suffering. May they have physical well-being. May they have mental well-being. May they be free from suffering. May they be healthy. May they live happily. May all beings in this country be free from physical suffering. May they be free from mental suffering. May they have physical well-being. May they have mental well-being. May they be free from suffering. May they be healthy. May they live happily. May all beings in this world be free from physical suffering. May they be free from mental suffering. May they have physical well-being. May they have mental well-being. May they be free from suffering. May they be healthy. May they live happily. May all beings in this whole universe be free from physical suffering. May they be free from mental suffering. May they have physical well-being. May they have mental well-being. May they be free from suffering. May they be healthy. May they live happily. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May they be free from mental suffering. May they have physical well-being. May they have mental well-being. May they be free from suffering. May they be healthy. May they live happily. May all beings live happily. May all beings live happily. May all beings live happily. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Now children, we have come to the session of good deeds. So let's watch the good deeds that has done by the children all around the world, and let's share all the merits that has done by them. Namo Buddhaya, Theravada Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the Good Deeds session, where we read and watch the good deeds done by children all around the world. My name is Sinan, and today I'm here with my sister Chamudi.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Chamudi, and today I'll be watching the good deeds done by Nalini Upasika. She has sent a beautiful presentation about how she celebrated Vesak Full Moon Poya Day. She has made Vesak lanterns and offered Buddha Puja. Let's see the video now. Vesak Poya. Today is Vesak Poya Day. We made Vesak lanterns and did Buddha Puja. Sharing merits. We share merits with Loku Swaminwahansa, Mirror of Dhamma Swaminwahansa, and all the monks and nuns all around the world. We also share merits with all the children who practice the Dhamma. May you all realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation.
Many merits to Nalini Upasika for sending this wonderful presentation. We should also celebrate the birth, enlightenment, and passing away of our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. We can also make Vesak lanterns and decorate our homes during the Vesak month. We should also do great meritorious deeds just like Nalini Upasika did. Continue to perform good deeds and accumulate great merits and escape this endless samsara. We rejoice in your merit. Many merits to Chamudi Upasika for voiceovering and Mevin Upasika for editing this presentation into a beautiful video.
You can also create short 1 to 2 minute presentations or videos or photos about any Dhamma topics or any meritorious deeds you have done. You can then send them to our email address. We can share them with the whole world and rejoice in that merit.
Today we watched many good deeds done by children all around the world. May we be able to accumulate more merits, follow the Noble Eightfold Path, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. May we all reflect wisely on our actions and make good choices that benefit us in this life and benefit us in our next life. May you also be able to accumulate many merits and send your good deeds to our email address.
These meritorious deeds will help to propagate the Dhamma and help others to do meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in all your good deeds. The whole world rejoices in your good deeds as well. Therefore, my dear Dhamma friends, do not miss this rare opportunity. Be diligent in collecting many merits to our lives. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Theruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya.
We are the architects of our own lives and the world around us. Mind separates the world and it unites the world. Mind creates history and would determine the future.
Even today, in our lives, if we were to suffer from some sort of mental or physical ailment, it has a history of our own bad deeds. We have to understand that no action becomes a joke. Every action brings us a situation to face.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the World News and Buddha's Great Message session, where we read news that has happened around the world and what lessons we can learn from these news, from the Supreme Buddha's teachings. My name is Tanuli, and today I'm here with Timo. When a person speaks or acts under the guidance of a pure and wholesome mind, the happiness generated from such good deeds would follow him like a shadow, and in contrast, if a person speaks or acts as guided by an impure and wicked mind, the pain generated from such bad deeds would follow him like the wheels of a bullock cart follows a bull, says the Supreme Buddha. Thus, we are the architects of our own lives and the world around us. The whole world that we experience is created based on our past deeds originated in our mind. The world that we will experience in the future would be based on how we react to what we see, hear, smell, taste, and physically contact. Our mind will determine our priorities, like whether to watch a cricket match or a Dhamma sermon on TV, meditate or exercise, visit a temple or a friend, spend a holiday at a hotel, or attend a meditation retreat. NASA's 𝐒𝐞𝐿𝐢𝐿 Mars helicopter recently surveyed an intriguing ridgeline near the ancient river delta in 𝐒𝐸zra crater. The images captured on April 23rd during a tiny helicopter's 27th flight were taken at a request of the Perseverance Mars rover science team, which wanted to look close at the sloping outcrop. A mind of a human being is capable of generating conflicts as well as peace, hatred as well as forgiveness, and restlessness as well as calmness. Mind can create enemies as well as friends. It can make one's life miserable or joyful. Mind separates the world and it unites the world. Mind creates history and would determine the future. If one can be conscious of the behavior of this powerful mind, how various thoughts are generated and pass away, one day he will realize that we live in and experience a mind-made world that is not a real world as we perceive. May we all have the good fortune of recognizing the creator of this world and thereby liberating it.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Dhamma. There are 3 types of actions. What are they? They are physical action, verbal action, and mental action. If we were to perform an evil deed, either with our body, speech, or mind, we will gain an evil result, which will lead to suffering. However, if we were to perform a good deed, either physically, mentally, or verbally, we will gain a good result, which will lead to happiness. This is called the law of karma. Even today, in our lives, if we were to suffer from some sort of mental or physical ailment, it has a history of our own bad deeds. A woman who had life-threatening cancer has given birth to a little miracle baby after pioneering treatment. Sammy Gray, 26, feared chemotherapy had left her infertile, but had son Walter, after CAR T-cell therapy, trained her body to fight back against the cancer. The Lord Buddha had said that the eye is an old karma. Our great teacher has said the same for our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. All these sense faculties are shaped according to our past karma. Whatever action one does now, whether with our body, speech, or mind, is a new karma. Every action gives a result in the future. This is the nature of karma. This is not a fabrication. This is the truth of life, which is revealed only by the Lord Buddhas. Therefore, we have to understand that no action becomes a joke. Every action brings us a situation to face. Being skillful is not complete success. One who uses his skills correctly will succeed. One who doesn't will fail for a long time. Thus, may this Dhamma help us all correct our lives and use our skills to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. We'll see you all next week. Teruvan Saranai. Namo Buddhaya.
තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස නමෝ තස්ස භගවතෝ අරහතෝ සම්මා සම්බුද්දස්ස එවං මේ සුතං ඒකං සමයං භගවා සාවත්තියං විහරති ජේතවනේ අනාථ පිණ්ඩිකස්ස ආරාමේ අතකෝ අඤ්ඤතරා දේවතා අභික්ඛන්තාය රත්තියා අභික්ඛන්ත වන්නා කේවල කප්පං ජේතවනං ඕභාසිත්වා යේන භගවා තේනුපසංකමි උපසංකමිත්වා භගවන්තං අභිවාදිත්වා ඒකමන්තං අට්ඨාසි ඒකමන්තං තිතාකෝසා දේවතා භගවන්තං ගාතාය අජ්ජභාසි.
Thus have I heard. On one occasion the Blessed One was living in Savatthi at Jetavana, Anathapindika's monastery. Now when the night was far advanced, a certain deity whose surpassing radiance illuminated the whole of Jetavana approached the Blessed One, respectfully saluted him and stood to one side. Standing thus, he addressed the Blessed One in verse.
Bahudeva manussaca mangalani achintayun akankamana svattanam brohi mangalamuttamam.
Many deities and humans longing for happiness have pondered on the question of blessings. Pray tell me, what are the highest blessings?
Asevanacha balanam Panditanam ca sevana Puja ca pujaniyanam Etam mangalamuttamam.
Not to associate with the foolish, but to associate with the wise, to honor those worthy of honor. These are the highest blessings.
Patiropadesa vasocha Kubbecha kata punyata Atta samma panidhicha Etam mangalamuttamam.
To live in a good place, having done merit in the past, and to set oneself in the right direction, these are the highest blessings.
Bahu satchancha sippancha vinayocha susikkito subhasitacha yavacha etam mangalamuttamam.
Possessing vast knowledge and many skills, well disciplined and pleasant in speech, these are the highest blessings.
Mata pitu pattanam uttadarassa sangaho Anakulacha kammanta etam mangalamuttamam.
Supporting one's mother and father, caring for one's wife and children, an honest occupation well undertaken, these are the highest blessings.
Dhanancha dhammacariyacha ඥාතකානංච සංඝෝ අනවජ්ජානි කම්මානි ඒතම් මංගල මුත්තමං.
Being devoted to giving and living by the Dhamma, caring for relatives and blameless conduct, by body, speech and mind, these are the highest blessings.
Arati virati papa majjapanacha sanyamo appamadocha dhammesu etam mangalamuttamang.
To cease and abstain from evil, to refrain from intoxicating drinks, and diligence in practicing the Dhamma, these are the highest blessings.
Garevocha nivatocha Santutticha katanyuta Kalena dhamma savanam Etang mangalamuttamang.
Paying reverence to those worthy of reverence, humility, contentment, gratitude, and timely hearing of the Dhamma, these are the highest blessings.
Kanticha sovachassata samananancha dassanam Kalena dhamma sakacca etang mangalamuttamang.
Patience, obedience, meeting monks, and timely discussions on the Dhamma, these are the highest blessings.
Tapocha brahmacharyancha Arya Satchana Dassanam Nibbana Satchi Kiriyacha Etam mangalamuttamang.
Self-control, celibacy, understanding the noble truths, and realizing Nibbana, these are the highest blessings.
Puttassa loka dhammehi Chittang yassana kampati Asokang virajang khemang Etang mangalamuttamang.
The mind that is unfazed by the ups and downs of life, sorrowless, stainless, fearless, these are the highest blessings.
Etadisani katvana sabbatma parajita sabbat sotting gachanti tang tesang mangalamuttammanti.
Having acted in this way, being victorious everywhere, they achieve all that is good. For them these are the highest blessings.
Etena saccena suvatti hotu.
By this truth may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu.
Now children, we have come to the session of merit sharing, our final session. So today, we collected lots of merits by paying homage to the Supreme Buddha, by going refuge to the Triple Gems, by observing 5 precepts, and we learned Dhamma, and we did meditations, we shared merits. So let's share the merits that we collected today with all the gods who protect the Gautam Buddha's dispensation. May all the gods rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, may they live long, may they live a happy life, and may they realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. And let's share the merits with our Kalyana Mitta, our noble friend, our Pinwath Loka Swaminwahansa. May Loka Swaminwahansa rejoice in this merit, and may he be well and happy, may he live long, may he live a happy life, and may he realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. And let's share the merits with all the monks and the nuns of Mahamevnawa monasteries and all Mahasangha all around the world. Let's share the merits with Mahasangha, and may Mahasangha rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, may they live long, may they live a happy life, and may they realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. And also let's share the merits with our parents and our teachers and our brothers and sisters. May all of them rejoice in this merit, and may they be well and happy, may they live long, may they live a happy life, and may they realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. And finally, may all of you children rejoice in this merit, and may you be well and happy, may you live long, may you live a happy life, and may all of your education become successful, may all of your good hopes become true, and finally, may all of you realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now we have come to the end of our program today, children. So, hope you enjoyed the program today. So, I wish you all, may all of you realize 4 noble truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai.